Hello everyone, welcome to another lesson in Science 2. In the previous video of the chapter Introduction to Biotechnology, we learned about various animal tissues and their functions. In this video, we will understand the different types of plant tissues and their functions. Plant tissue is of two types, that is meristematic tissue and permanent tissue. Permanent tissue again is of two types, that is simple permanent tissue and complex permanent tissue. Simple meaning made up of only one type of cell, and complex meaning made up of two or more different types of cells. There is a difference in the growth of plants and growth of animals. Plants grow throughout their life, and this growth is localized. Localized meaning they grow in certain parts, like the tip of the stem, the tip of the root. So whereas animals, they grow only for a fixed period in their lives, but their growth takes place uniformly all throughout the body. So next we come to meristematic tissue. Now, as you know, growth in plants takes place only in certain areas. Now, these areas are the ones where meristematic tissue is available. Because there is meristematic tissue in the tip of the root and tip of the shoot or the stem, that is why growth takes place. Now, the cells of meristematic tissue, they contain thick cytoplasm, nucleus and a thin cell wall, and they are packed tightly or compactly. Vacuoles or empty spaces are absent, and these meristematic tissue cells are very highly active and have to be active because growth is the main function of this tissue. Meristematic tissue are of three types depending on their location in the plant. The first one is apical meristem, present at the tip of the stem and the tip of the root, wherever growth takes place. Now this is present here because the function is to increase the length of the root and of the stem. The next one is intercalary meristem. The location is at the base of the petiole of leaves and branches. So wherever the branches are starting, we have the intercalary meristem. Because the function of intercalary meristem is to grow branches, the formation of leaves and formation of flowers. The third type of meristem is lateral meristem, which is present on the lateral sides of the root and the stem. Now the function of this meristem is to increase the girth or increase the width or the diameter of the root and the stem. Moving on to permanent tissue. After growth is complete in the root or the tip of the stem, new cells formed by division of meristematic tissue now lose their ability to divide. When they were growing, they were dividing because the plant had to grow. But all these new cells now, they lose their ability to divide, and now they start to perform a specific function at a specific place. Now this meristematic tissue, which has lost its ability to divide, now becomes permanent tissue. They permanently acquire or they get a specific structure, shape, location, and they begin to perform a specific function. Now this process which takes place in a plant is called differentiation, and permanent tissue are formed from these differentiated cells. So it is nothing but the meristematic tissue. Suppose now we take the tip of the plant. Meristematic tissue is very active. It grows, it helps to the plant to grow there. When once growth is complete, now these cells, they stop dividing. They acquire a specific shape, structure, function in that place, and they become permanent tissue. Okay. Now this process is called differentiation because now different types of permanent tissue are formed having a specific structure, shape and performing a particular function. The different types of simple permanent tissue are parenchyma, collenchyma and sclerenchyma. Okay, the figure of parenchyma, there are intercellular spaces or spaces in between the cells. Okay, in collenchyma you see elongated cells, and sclerenchyma you see the shape of the cell is a little different. Now the structure of parenchyma. Parenchyma are living cells with a thin cell wall, and they have these intercellular spaces between them. Whereas collenchyma are also elongated living cells, but their cell wall is thickened at the corners because of the presence of cellulose and pectin. Sclerenchyma, on the other hand, are dead and fibrous cells with tapering ends. The ends are thinner than the middle part of the cell, and the cell wall contains lignin. Now, parenchyma is present in all parts like the root, stem, leaves, flower and seed, whereas the collenchyma is present at the base of the leaf petiole, that where the leaf is attached to the stem. It's present in the branches and the stem. And sclerenchyma, the dead and fibrous cells, are present in the stem, in the veins of the leaves, in the hard coats of seeds, for example, the outer covering of the coconut. Now, the function of parenchyma is to support the plant, to help the plant store food and fill in the vacant spaces in the plant. Whereas collenchyma has the function to support the plant, but it gives flexibility to the plants. When the plant can bend and move in certain directions. Whereas sclerenchyma gives strength and rigidity. That means it is a hard substance of the plant. And we have two subtypes of simple permanent tissue, that is chlorenchyma. Okay, it's present in the leaves and function is to perform photosynthesis. And erenchyma helps aquatic plants or water plants. It helps their leaves and stems to float and not drown in water. We now move on to complex permanent tissue in plants, which are of two types, xylem and phloem. Xylem consists of thick-walled dead cells, whereas phloem consists of cytoplasm containing living cells. Now, the dead cells in xylem are tracheids, vessels and xylem fibers, and they have a few living cells called xylem parenchyma, whereas the phloem has sieve tubes, companion cells and phloem parenchyma, which are the living cells, and phloem fibers, a few of them, which are dead cells. The function of the xylem is a structure like interconnected tubes, like if you take one tube and put it into the other, okay, to conduct water and minerals only in the upward direction, from the root going upwards. Whereas phloem is also tubes joined to each other, and they conduct sugar and amino acids from the leaves where it is prepared, where photosynthesis takes place. So from there, these tubes called the phloem, they conduct this sugar and amino acids to various parts of the plant in the upward as well as the downward direction. So the main difference between xylem and phloem is that xylem consists of dead cells mainly, phloem consists of living cells, and xylem conducts water and minerals only in upward direction, whereas phloem conducts sugar and amino acids from the leaves to the different parts of the plant in upward and downward direction. In this figure, which is a part of a leaf seen under the microscope, you will find the different simple tissue in plants, that is collenchyma, parenchyma, okay, and also permanent tissue, that is the xylem and the phloem. next video, we will learn about the applications of biotechnology.